So Jordan Poole, 6'4", light skin. Not like we haven't been here before. 11 years ago to date, you know. The next Warriors, the next superstar Warriors guard, from what we've been seeing in the preseason games, he's been looking like, the ultimate guard, He's been looking like a great free-level scorer, the kind of guard the Golden State Warriors have been looking for the entirety of their run, 28th pick in the 2019 draft. Came in who kind of lofty expectations, off the back of Clay, tearing the ACL, KD leaving. It was looked at as a year, and he also played back up to D'Angelo Russell. But to date, he had a very tough rookie year, where he was the second worst three-point shooter in the entire NBA behind Russell Westbrook. But he stays strong, and he's always been mentally tough, and he always kept the same confidence. I remember watching a couple games his rookie year, and I remember him going up against the best guards and going at them simply because of the situation of the organization at the time. Where Steph Curry broke his hand, and D'Angelo Russell was out, and all the minutes were left to him. So he was able to learn out there on the job. And I remember a specific play in his rookie year when he went at Damian Lillard, snatched him back, hit him with a splash, and looked at him and was talking trash to him. And I thought to myself, you know what? This kid might have it. This kid might be special one day if he puts in the work. And also, a slight change in him that no one noticed was the body change. He's much leaner, stronger. He's more athletic right now. He's slimmed out, and he's looking like he works on his jump shot as well. Also, fastening up his release. Tying up his handle over the offseason, over the summer. And, when you add that with confidence, what you get is a potential superstar and all-star player, And it's also crazy to see, after, he was written up after his rookie year. And to see where he's going and where he's headed is absolutely amazing, And I feel like the ceiling is, the sky is the ceiling for him, Like, he can go on to become the next great Warriors guard, take over from Steph and Clay. And, let's get it right now. Like, I believe, Jordan Poole and Steph Curry, as controversial as it sounds, has more potential, than Clay and Steph. Honestly, if Jordan Poole reaches the ceiling that I think he's going to reach, I think having two free-level scorers with the range he's shown in the preseason is going to be absolutely out of this world, Like, from what I've been seeing, he's able to play make and take the pressure off Steph and leave, even have Steph off some single coverage or even wide open. Especially with the roster this year, roster construction, where you have a lot of shooters and high playmakers. It's gonna be, and when Clay comes back, they can all run free together. The free guard lineup and Clay at the free. It's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna take Jordan Poole's game to the next level, to where he has two amazing threats with him on the floor, and that are gonna let him flourish. And allow him to be, the superstar like he could be one day, And I believe also Wiseman coming back, that chemistry that they could have, and they could be the next great duo and carry this franchise on. But I believe Jordan Poole, especially in the last year or so, the confidence he's come back after he went to the bubble in the G League, since that moment on, and at the end of last season, what he showed in those games he came back, and in those tight games with Memphis. Those tight, playoff atmosphere, playoff-like atmosphere, especially even in the playing game, he was hitting big shots, and in the last game, against Memphis, when it was a tied game, he hit some big shots. But so that's when, from that moment on, I knew this guy was going to be the future of the franchise, and I knew he was going to be a focal point of this team. When I saw him being a complete free-level scorer, I knew he had it in him, especially the percentages he had last year as well, the efficiency. The potential efficiency. I believe he can be a 50, 40, 90 guy one day. He's very efficient. He takes a few wild shots, but especially if you look at where he shoots from, it's very Steph-like with the range. But I believe he's a bigger guard. He's like 6'5", 6'6", stronger, quicker. I think he has, and he's also improved his touch around the rim. Left hand, right hand, off the glass. Something he was very bad at his rookie year, but he seemed to have figured out over the last 2 seasons. And I believe, when you look at the range he has, along with that, and the size he's at, and the ball handling skills and the playmaking potential he has potential to be an all-around offensive player. Like we've never seen. The only comp I can think of is Gilbert Arenas-ish, who was a a 6'4", 6'5" guard like that was like that. You know, that had that type of range at that size, 6'4", 6'5", that, you know, combo guard, but more of a two, but also could play the one because he has ball skills, ball handling skills, and he can play make a little bit. But yeah, with Jordan Poole on the roster, this completely, you know, changes this franchise. You know, it will allow them to have a Kawhi Leonard, you know, Kawhi Tim Duncan like, you know, trajectory for the franchise, especially like Steph being in that same situation. Steph, Draymond, and Clay will allow them to age, and then Clay coming back. I think Clay could honestly come back in and manage an Ginobili role to where, you know, he's coming off the bench, but he's playing starters minutes and he closes out games. But we're gonna have to see how he comes back, and that's gonna affect everything, you know, because if he comes back and he's 85 or 95% of what he was before his injury, that is gonna significantly, you know, he's the key, to be honest, you know, like he is the key, and Poole, I believe Poole's potential is the key to if this franchise will ever win a championship again. But Clay's how Clay comes back will determine how, you know, what's the ceiling for this team when he comes back. But I do believe Jordan Poole and Steph Curry, they can get it done. Trust me, especially with the spacing they have now, with the new acquisitions of Otto Porter and then Nemanja Bjelica, and bringing back Iggy and taking out the players who were, you know, who had tunnel vision and were inconsistent shooters and who fouled a lot. It's changed the culture, you know, and it's brought in a new life, smart IQ players who know how to play with Steph, especially. You know, Kevon Looney's still there. I believe the 15th man will be Avery Bradley, who's another perimeter defender. You can guard the point of attack. You know, in the West, you know, the Damian Lillards, the John Morants. So I believe it's gonna work out, especially for Jordan Poole, and that's gonna help him. You know, he's gonna learn a lot. He's gonna pick up a lot, being surrounded by a lot of veterans and a new star with Kenny Atkinson, and he's innovative ideas. You know, was a great coach and a great assistant coach to have on the roster. That's gonna help him pan out, and just learning every day from Steph Curry, you know, in practice. You know, playing with him, he's already picked up a lot of stuff already. But and I believe he's gonna mold into his own like own abilities, and he's gonna master what he does best. And I believe it's gonna be a great year for the Golden State Warriors and Jordan Poole especially. And I believe he's gonna be my prediction is he's gonna be an All-Star this year, and he's gonna win Most Improved. I don't know about sixth man because I think he's gonna start for the rest of the year and for the next 10 years, honestly. But my prediction, he's gonna be an All-Star, and that's my hot take, man. But yeah.